have a very special expertise. But what they're going to do tonight is they're going to take all of your questions from, anything that you might have a problem with. So it could be a health issue or some life advice that you might need, and they're going to answer your question and really try to give you some real value for the $10 you spent tonight. Cheaper than a therapist. Okay, so we'll start with Kurt's character. Let's get a suggestion for Kurt of some sort of animal that he's an expert in.
Rats.
Chinchillas.
I most loudly heard chinchillas. I have no idea anything about them, but he's an expert. And for Heather, Heather's the editor of a magazine. What magazine is Heather the editor of? Maxim. And for Antonio, let's get a suggestion of a hobby that he's an expert in.
Fencing working.
Fencing is what I heard first. And finally for Jessie, Jessie's our triple PhD. What is one of her PhDs in?
Medieval metaphysics.
Medieval metaphysics. Wonderful. So now I'm going to let each of our panelists introduce themselves.
Thank you all for coming. My name is Vicente Rodriguez Diego de la Hoya. I hail from the wonderful country of Venezuela. And I am happy to let you know everything you need to know about chinchillas. Thank you very much.
Rodriguez was that? Oh, Vicente.
Vicente.
Rodriguez was in there somewhere.
That's one of my names.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Vicente. Welcome.
Well, hello, I am Eloise Petit, and I am very, very, very glad to be here to talk to all of you.
Thank you, Eloise, for joining us tonight. And our third panelist.
Hello, I am Frank Smith. I was born in France, but moved to America, but didn't drop the accent, even though I've been here for 37 years. And I know everything about fencing.
Welcome, Frank. And finally, our fourth panelist tonight.
Frank. I'm Elizabeth Krowski, and I am an expert in many things, but tonight I'm an expert in medieval metaphysics.
Welcome, Elizabeth. Welcome. It's so nice to have you. Okay, so now we need to find out what kind of problem you have or life advice you might need that our panelists. Yes, sir.
Should I get the iPhone 7 or the new Google?
This is a very life-changing decision. So panelists, what he wants to know, should he get the new iPhone 7 or the Google thing? And Vicente, why don't we start with you?
Well, there's many advantages from one to the other. Some say Android is the way to go. Some say that the iPhone system is the way to go. But I ask you this, my friend. Can you actually get a cover that is made of chinchilla? It will maximize the comfort of either phone that you have. Your hand will not sweat and it will not slip out of your hand. I tell you this. So let that weigh on your decision, my friend.
Good advice. It's all about the accessories. And Eloise, what advice would you have for the gentleman?
Well, I think you should get the Galaxy 7 because it's very explosive.
Frank!
Sorry, I was distracted by that. So, to be clear, there are more than two phones, but these are the only two that count. And when it comes to phones, there is only one test I do, and it is the stab test. From my testing, I have determined that the iPhone does not stab as well. It tends to reflect, which is good because when I am attempting to fence and I need to text my wife something, I want to make sure I don't tap my phone, and sometimes I can use it to block, which is not fair, but I do it sometimes.
Thank you, Frank. And Elizabeth, what advice do you have on this important cell phone device
Well,
decision?
as many medieval kings would do, and queens, they always had their stars read before they made any important decision. I think that is absolutely important in this case. You have to know which one will be gold for you.
Totally agree. Color. I always choose from color. So let's get another life problem that you might be struggling with. Yes, at this table.
Which one?
I stole Angelina Jolie's pet chihuahua, and now she's put a curse on me. I need to fence them as quickly as possible. How can I do that?
Okay, so we have a very complicated problem. Apparently, this gentleman has stolen Angelina Jolie's chihuahuas. We'll see if I can remember all this. And she has put a curse on him, and he needs to fence the dogs as quickly as possible in order to avoid the curse being manifest in his life. Or something. Did I get that right? Okay. Let's start with you, Elizabeth. How would you respond to such an unusual problem?
Very serious things, and you must never let a witch live. So whoever put this curse on you should be eliminated. By Iron Maiden, impossible.
Thank you. Vicente, what advice do you have for the gentleman?
First, sir, why would you steal something? That is just wrong. Maybe you should reconsider your choices. And actually, if you really love this dog, if it is part of your life, you should get a chinchilla, train it to be its friend, or get an additional one. Shave it down and give it longer legs so it will masquerade as that chihuahua. You will be safe, and she will never know the difference if she comes into your yard and steals it back. That is how you can do this, sir. The chinchillas are wonderful. They also make good house guarding animals, too.
They're multi-purpose. Thank you. Eloise, how would you respond?
I do think you have a good point of why you stole these. I'm sure that it was to save them from all of the trauma, the divorce, and everything else. So, this was a kindness, right? I think you should keep them and protect them from the curses.
I agree. Protect them.
Yes.
Pete is well represented here tonight. And Frank, how would you respond?
Well, I will not judge your decision to be a thief. That is acceptable if you are willing to duel over your property. So, if you and Angelina Jolie are going to have a fencing match, then keep the chinchilla until you have the match. If you are not willing to do such a thing, then, and there is some irony that you are fencing the dogs, ha 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 ha. If you're not willing to do such a thing, then return them to her.
And we have time for one more question for our panelists from this side of the room. Who's got a life problem they need help with? Like, yes, sir.
STDs.
I know I struggle with it. The question from the man in the back is not really a question, but more just a generalized a topic of STDs. And I don't know what they are, so I looked it up on the way back over here. Sexually transmitted diseases. So, Eloise, why don't we start with you?
I think the best way to avoid this is simply don't have sex.
I knew there was something wrong with those people from PETA. Frank!
Yes?
Well, my friend, you are in quite a predicament. You know, I would have to say that you need to make better choices. There's a phrase that I would like to share with you. It's called wrapping the rascal. You know, don't go mining without a work helmet.